Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Get in! My goodness, the best news that I've heard all year. It had to be done. FSG and shout out one of the greatest, Mohamed Salah, but saying what was needed to be said. It had to happen. There was no way back. It was untenable. It was finished. It was toxic. He had to go. Arne Slot has been sacked by Liverpool Football Club. Let's get into this one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Without any further ado, let's get into this one. So I was casually scrolling, looking at the PSG Arsenal preparations for the Champions League final, left, right, and centre. By the way, PSG, I need to get the job done. Because Luis Enrique, hey, you might need to have words. But listening though, scrolling through, and then I just saw randomly, Buzz, Arne Slot and Liverpool to part ways with immediate effect. I celebrated like crazy. But bear in mind, because you know they like to do like fake accounts and that for top tier journalists, innit? So I had to, after the celebration, I had to check to see if it was real, and it was real. Yes! And let's be real, who can argue with the decision? I genuinely thought they was going to do a Brendan Rodgers 2.0. I genuinely believe that they was going to do a Brendan Rodgers 2.0 because FSG and the people, like his clowns, the two clowns that he has above the manager that's now gone, has the tendency to make stupid decisions. Stupid decisions. The whole week was filled with negativity around Liverpool. The whole week. It was toxic from the get-go. And it had to be done. Because Robertson, Konate, we heard that it's going to leave. Salah left. And now Curtis Jones is trying his very best to leave the club. And I have a funny feeling he wants to leave because of this, man. This could change Curtis Jones's mind. If it doesn't, then fair enough. But this had to be done. It had to be done. Iraola is the clear favourite, but we're going to get on to managers that can take over. So, obviously, let's go through more. I see Iraola. The aim is to establish a more front-foot, aggressive and urgent style of football. Liverpool decided to move swiftly so as not to overshadow pre-season. The decision to appoint a successor is underway with Iraola a leading contender. The primary objective is to recruit the candidate who best fits the preferred playing style criteria. There's also likely to be further changes to the coaching staff. So Mohamed Salah saying that heavy metal football, front foot, aggressive football, looks like they listened to him. Looks like they listened to him. Mo Salah was like, I'm leaving, but I'm taking this troll with me. You understand? I'm taking him with me. So let me see if I can go through another. Slot's representative has said on Friday that there was no change in the support from Liverpool. However, Liverpool believe delaying the decision will have impacted next season and damage preparations to re-establish themselves as one of England's top clubs. So they found out that standards were slipping. The standards were slipping. And it had to be done. Now the statement that this was a difficult decision for us to make, as the club goes without saying. The contributions has done to Liverpool FC in the time that he has been involved has been significant, meaningful, and most importantly to all the supporters are now so successful. As such, I appreciate for everything that he has achieved. Rare. Let's get on to this part. At the same time, we have collectively come to the conclusion that change is necessary in order for the club to keep moving forward. It must be stressed that this is not a decision which has been reached lightly, anything but. Obviously, thank you for contributions, but they realised that the standards were slipping, the football wasn't there, and fans had enough. Like, let's be real, multiple people had enough. Multiple people had enough, bro. The players had enough. The fans had enough, both online and also in games. Like, so many people, and it looks like the board had enough and they had to make the decision. You had to go and look at the records. 20 losses in one season. Coming back off winning the league, trying to defend our title. We put out one of the worst defending champion seasons in Premier League history. 20 losses in all competitions. Got embarrassed by Crystal Palace 3 times in one season. Got embarrassed by PSG in the 2 legs in the quarterfinals. Got embarrassed by PSV 4-1. 9 losses in 12. Drawing 1-1 against Eagle Tudor's Tottenham Hotspur. Bottom half of the table teams, we struggled. Style of play, awful. Slow possession. No player got the best out. He couldn't get the best out of the players that he had at his disposal. Let's be real. The negative brand of football, the excuses that he was coming out as well. Like, what was going on? And also, there was other results that happened. I'm thinking to myself, this should not be happening. 3-3 draw against Leeds. 0-0 draw against Leeds. 1-1 draw against Sunderland. Getting slapped up by Manchester City in Pep Guardiola's last season. What? This is not Liverpool Football Club. The standards has dropped. And you know what's so funny? I've done a video saying that Liverpool looks like going to be headed into a banter era, which will not be released, because I was planning on releasing it today, but it's not going to be released now because of this news. But the stress that this man has caused us all season, it had to go. It had to end. It had to end. Now, the man upstairs is another clumsy one that needs to go. But let's talk about this. Obviously, appreciations there for the Premier League title win. Obviously, I have my own take on it. I think Salah massively made him look good. But that's a conversation for another day. But he delivered number 20. But sustain challenging. Also, being able to dominate all aspects of the game. He hasn't been able to do that. He's done the complete opposite. He's letting teams that's worse than us have more possession and feel like they can come to Anfield and take points. Anfield was literally like a charity. It was like a charity match. They just go, do their thing, and they walk home. Collect points. What? That is not the standards. The standards were slipping, both on and off the pitch. Salah got what he wanted. The end of season review came in clutch. Now, let's talk about the candidates for the new manager role. So, Iraola is the leading candidate. After he left Bournemouth, after making sure they qualified for the Europa League, 18-match unbeaten run. In case Liverpool decides to change their mind after the end of the season review, eventually Iraola could be a candidate. He used to work with Richard Hughes. So, if Richard Hughes gets his say, Iraola might look like he might become Liverpool manager, which I wouldn't mind that. I'll give him a chance because obviously he plays the football that is the embodiment of Liverpool Football Club. He can get the best out of players that not on the level that many people will put them on. You understand? My thing is this though. I've seen the Thomas Franks to Tottenham and I've seen the Graham Potters at Chelsea. It can go wrong, innit? So that's the risk. And can we afford to take risks? In my humble opinion, no. But at the same time, I would take the chance because he knows the Premier League. Obviously, what he's won, he hasn't won anything. So that is definitely one of the risks that has to come into the fray here. But I'll take the chance because he plays amazing football and he can get the best out of players. And I think the way he can like galvanize the crowd with his football, because people say his personality is not really the best, but with his football, it will definitely get the fans on side. You feel me? So I'll take that risk. Sebastian Huneb, I don't know too much about him. Bare people that I know like rates his thing. They rate his thing highly, innit? But I don't know too much about him. But apparently he plays a front-footed football, high-pressing system. He got slapped up by Bayern at 3-0, but it's Bayern, innit? Like, they've been like top 3 teams in the world. Their attack's probably the best in Europe. And obviously, the dream. Luis Enrique is the dream. Let's be real. Luis Enrique is the dream. After this Champions League final last night, hopefully he makes it back-to-back with them. We can have words with him. Hopefully. Because it looks like he's going to sign a new deal. But hopefully, we can have words with Luis Enrique in it. But anyway, celebration time. He's gone. Hopefully, PSG beats Arsenal, or else it's going to be darkness to extreme levels. But thank God, he's out of the door. So, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and we're free. We are free. Let's go.